I am Dr. Heather Moore, owner of Total Performance Physical Therapy. Tonight we're going to go through the top 3 exercises for the Achilles tendon. What's the Achilles tendon? It's this guy right back here. So a lot of times people can have Achilles tendonitis. They may have some calf pain, which is leading into the Achilles. They may just have some ankle pain down near the Achilles. The bottom of their foot may be tight, and that also could be an Achilles problem. So this tendon on the back of your foot, back of your ankle, is known as the Achilles tendon, and there are some specific things to do if it's sore. If you're a runner, a lot of times you can get some tendonitis in this. Unfortunately, sometimes if you are a basketball player, you can tear it, but if you tear it, you know. It's a big pop, it's audible, it's not something you're not going to know right away. So we're going to go through the top 3 exercises tonight for the Achilles tendon. Want to caveat this, of course, if you have numbness or tingling with this has nothing to do with the Achilles tendon. So if you've got numbness and tingling in your feet and you think it's coming from your Achilles tendon, it's not. You want to get that checked out by a doctor. This is more for localized pain. A lot of times people pain with running. Going up the steps is another popular one. Anytime you're really on the balls of your feet, that's when that Achilles tendon is active. A lot of pain sometimes when you're doing activities that require you to be up a little bit more on your tiptoes. That's why I will, quite often reference running when it comes to the Achilles tendon, but it's not the only activity. Any sort of jumping, going up and down steps, anything that puts you on the ball of the foot. If you're a common high heel wearer, and we won't get into my diatribe on high heels, but if you do wear high heels a lot, you are set up to get pretty nasty Achilles tendonitis. So we're going to show you some things tonight to go and break up some of that tenderness. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get a little BC ball. Most people will ask me, does a tennis ball work? Does a lacrosse ball work? Yeah. It's not as good as this, though. This will actually break up a lot of the nuts that are in the Achilles. Be forewarned, this is very aggressive, so it is not like this is something that you can do if you're really in pain. You're going to have to be careful. So I'm going to show you this. You're going to have to do this sitting down. Find any surface, probably not a bed, but a harder surface. And what you're going to do is you're just going to sit down, and you want to make sure that this, now if you're using a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball, you're not going to feel this as much. It's just kind of smush the muscles. If it's a really sore Achilles, you will feel it a little bit more. But what you're going to do is you're just going to roll out, and you want to roll out the back of the calf, and you want to go all the way down to the Achilles tendon. Okay, so you want to hit that all the way down to there, okay? Now, if it's very sore, this may be enough pressure. You may not be able to do anything more, and you actually may have to hold your leg up a little bit because it's so tender and it hurts so much. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're rolling all around. You don't just want to sit with this on the Achilles tendon. The Achilles tendon goes up into that calf muscle, it goes up into the side, so you want to make sure that you are loosening up everything. Now, if you're sitting here and you're like, oh, I don't really feel anything, you can cross one leg over the other to get a little bit added pressure. If that's not enough, then you can push your butt off the ground in order to get enough pressure. But if you're able to cross your legs over, push your butt off the ground, and have that much weight and pressure bearing down on your calf and on your Achilles tendon, chances are it's not an Achilles tendon issue. So just be aware that this is aggressive. So you might bruise. It's common to bruise. It's going to feel painful. It should feel painful. You're breaking up some knots, so don't shy away from it just because it's painful. I hear a lot of foam rollers that are sitting in closets because it hurts so much. I get it, but it's a necessary evil. Numbness and tingling never is. You always want to consult your doctor or your physical therapist. If you feel that it's just too painful, we'll show you what to do and make sure you're doing it the correct way and you're not injuring yourself any further. But that should be part of your routine. If you have a foam roller and it's got spikes on it, do that. It doesn't have to be the spike ball. This is just what I prefer for those really targeted tissues. This will do the job. The foam roller will also, it just is a little bit more broader. This will get into specific tissues and really break a lot of that stuff up. The next thing you're going to want to do with an Achilles tendon injury or pain, find a step. If you don't have a step, you can do it on the ground, but the step makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to demonstrate 2 ways. You're just going to put your foot straight back. You want your knee to be straight, and you're just going to lean into the front leg. On the step, this is going to look something like this. You want your toes to come up on the step. Now, I'm going to show you a little something here. So when you're doing this, here's my shoe, and you come up on the step, a lot of times people will just kind of put their toes down. You will get a decent stretch with this. You might not get all that much. If you do this and you don't feel it, what you want to do is you want to actually put the balls of your feet on the step. It's going to give you a little bit better stretch, all right? So you don't want to come up to your midfoot so nothing's hanging off, but the balls of your feet, you want to make sure that they're securely on the step. And then all you're doing is keeping the knee straight, and then you're going to lean into it, okay? Let that foot drop. You want to stretch to the point of feeling some discomfort, feeling some stretch. It should not hurt at all. If it hurts, you're stretching too much. This may be as far as you will go, okay? And then what you're going to do also is you're just going to change the position of your foot. So instead of just having the ball of your foot, you're going to turn your foot out and then drop it down, and then you're going to turn your foot in and drop it down. You may or may not get a stretch as you turn your foot in or out. That's okay. You still want to do it. You're going to do those 30 seconds, 6 times each. You just want to make sure you're hitting all the aspects of that Achilles tendon. The final stretch is very similar to the one you just did. You're going to, again, put the balls of your feet on the step. You're going to make sure that you are secured on the step. And then this time, you're going to bend your knee, okay, when you go down. You're going to feel it in a little bit different position than you do when your knee is straight, all right? You may even feel it more, okay? So, again, you want to bend your knee, but again, you want to push the weight through your heel so that your heel is dropping off the step. You're going to feel that a little bit lower than you do. You may not feel any stretch at all with those two. That's okay. You still want to make sure that you're doing them. You want to make sure that your toes are blocked. A lot of times when people don't feel stretch, they're just hanging on with their toes instead of having the balls of their feet on there and really blocking that movement.